Right. We've defeated everyone in this town that knows how to play board games.
They're all shamed. They're crying.
We defeated Deep Blue at chess. He's going off to be a real boy now.
Imagine if after winning Jeopardy, Watson was like, dress me as the fanciest lad. I must go on a journey of self-discovery. You think she stole that shoulder pad off a soldier? Did she kill a soldier?
It looks very soldier adjacent, yeah.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I had a dream we were together.
Sounds lovely.
I think someone's ready for bed.
These people are always so fucking sleepy. If they never go to bed! By the way, I searched so hard in this DLC to see if the two kids who were obsessed with trains had new dialogue, but they're nowhere to be found!
Oh no!
So many recurring NPCs are back for the DLC, but no train children.
Sorry.
Boss, I don't think we'll be back here anytime soon, so make sure you're ready for anything.
That could be a soldier shoulder pad just because
we're good here.
it could be stolen off
Let's
a
roll.
dead one that was killed during the war with Wutai. I don't know.
Yes, some very, very stolen valor.
What's with all these people?
Due to the recent incident at Mako Reactor 5, only a limited number of trains are currently in service. Please note that the Sector 5 Undercity Station is closed until further notice. Thank you.
Splinter Cell's done its best to make things hard for you. Miss this train and there's no telling when the next will be.
Just jump on top of the train. It's what all the cool people do.
Yeah.
What kind of operation you running?
Sorry we couldn't give you a proper send-off. Just know that we're rooting for you, okay?
So much revolutionary activity in Midgard depends upon this public transit network being up and operating.
Yeah. Again, if Shinra really wanted to stop a lot of this, no more public transit.
Oh boy.
Gonna be sick?
You shouldn't have eaten at 7th Heaven.
The drinks are good, don't touch the food. Tifa isn't making the food, it's Marlene.
If it's more complex than a French fry, do not get it. Why did you order the oysters? Why did you do that? There's no ocean here. Why?
Melfi always got motion sick. Chocobos, boats. Sure trains would have done it too.
Who is Melfi?
My sister. She trained under your father at the same time as me. And she had such promise.
Had?
The war was ending. But a Shinra mech went haywire near a crowd and
They do that
she had
constantly.
to do something.
Yep.
I think they're programmed to.
They get stronger.
We deserve what's coming to him.
Yeah. They do. But I'm not your sister.
I'm way cuter. I'm so fucking spunky. Your sister could never be this spunky.
I would simply perfect block those missiles.
The Turks are on top of it. Yes, there will be no delays.
Please, Mr. President, I am asking you to reconsider.
My job is to be
No,
incredibly
Randy.
ineffective. Let me do
The
my
Sector
job.
7 Undercity is home to more than 50,000.
Director Twisty.
At least let us issue a warning, sir.
He acts like that's his true name, like he's Rumpelstiltskin, and now he's lost all power.
No!
Room yet again.
Reeve is the diversity hire, but the diversity here is compassion.
Progress requires sacrifice.
We need one guy who cares.
Live with it.
Put him in the worst office. Give him no resources.
But sir, are you afraid he might be able to change the evil company from working within the system, and then they all share a good laugh together.
Look at all these people.
Enough to make you sick. Let's get this over with.
Excuse me, I have some questions. You work for Shinra, isn't that right? Then would you care to comment on the rumors that Sector 7 will be the terrorist's next target? They're going to hit the reactor, aren't they? You!
I hate your newspaper. Shut the fuck up.
I bought some of your supplements, and they made me very sick.
Elevators are right there. Let's catch one.
Tell you what, my natural male was not enhanced.
Come on.
What order are those in? What is this?
I don't know. I never noticed that until now.
What floor?
The basement. Advanced weaponry.
How are you supposed to fit in this elevator? It needs more room for those bazongas.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Working hard or hardly working?
But oh, how the mighty are fallen. Wu-Tai colluding with Avalanche and resorting to terrorism? I always thought the Wu-Taians an honorable people. They used to be, certainly.
Sonon,
But
make
now,
accounts payable
now
noises.
But
Blend in.
flies buzzing around Shinra's face. Would you not agree? In light of recent events, I mean.
Y'all should have at least brought a manila folder for like a disguise or something.
I would. 100%.
What a lovely smile.
These are my conference call shorts.
They never see me from the down below the waist, so dress for comfort.
She unbuttoned the top because she ate a lot of
I think
oysters.
not. Foreign visitors should take the scenic route and savor the opportunity to meet our latest autonomous weapons.
Damn it! I'll never get a better chance. That was Scarlett, Director of Advanced Weaponry. It was one of her machines that killed Melfi!
Calm down, Sonon. Calm down. Remember, we're here for a reason.
Right, boss. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I was ready to strangle her myself. And that's before she sent us off in the wrong direction.
Where did she send us?
Only one way to find out. Don't worry, we'll get to materia research eventually. Just a little longer, my precious.
How are you 4.5 feet tall but have the legs of a 6 foot tall person?
Yeah, all this stuff with Sonon and Melfi is all new. Not even like from one of the spin-off books or something. It's just made for the DLC.
Gonna bruise your tailbone, kid.
It's, yeah.
Those are not padded. Those are not cushioned. Look at them.
I know you're spunky, but turn it down just a little bit, please.
That's hard vinyl.
Just for your own safety. Yeah, again, always just prioritizing the extra materia slots. The Steel Reaper does have some nice passive things a little bit later on with upgrade stuff, but
yes, the beating stick galaxy.
And again, since we can't control Sonon, anything that the AI is just so good at guarding. Any of the upgrades that just make the guarding better. Yeah. But yeah, on top of, you know, this DLC just being a little bit of extra time to get to know Yuffie and stuff, this is also, in the second half of the DLC, very Scarlett heavy.
I mean, Space Guy is probably the Shinra goon that gets the least amount of time in the main game.
But also, like...
But who cares?
Yeah. And also, like, in the museum, like, it makes it really clear that all the space shit has been shelved for a while. So, like, Space Guy has no job. He's just there to drink tea.
Things could come off the shelves. He could be trying to make some moves.
That's true. Again, we've got another combat simulator door that will not open, because just like the main game, the DLC also has its own hard mode and post-game.
Just look at this place. Weapons here, weapons there, weapons everywhere. They're ready for some serious action.
It sounds like you are too.
Duh. Unlike my old man, I'm not some lazy drunk. I fight for what I believe in. Something he'd never understand.
Wonder how he's holding up.
Behind bars, you mean? Not well, if the government's got anything to say about it. Good on him. Jail's where he belongs.
That's my master you're talking about. Mind laying off him a little?
You know what? Let's drop it. Not exactly my favorite topic. It's only gonna make me mad. More importantly...
My god, you people are deadly boring. Luckily, I know exactly how to liven things up. With a little experiment.
Oh no, she wants my combat data.
That would yield very interesting results.
It's really rubbed off on all the other executives.
Ooh, I'm shaking. How you like this? Don't know what to do. Run like a chocobo.
Yeah, some of that dialogue right before this fight started. They don't really go into it much in the DLC, but they're clearly writing a bunch of extra stuff for Yuffie, including stuff about her dad and being a drunk or something. Her dad exists in the original game, but he's just kind of there. And, like, you can have an optional boss fight with him if you want.
She's Johnny's half-sister, that's why she's so fast.
Yep.
Run like a chocobo.
I would like to get in a fight with fucking riverboat blackjack dealer dad.
Yes.
Recalibrating for next test.
There's also a lot of recalibrating and stuff that goes on in Shinra tests that just makes me think people are just kind of trying to stretch out basic tasks so they can do less work every day.
Go to town on these jerks.
You sent me down here, you weren't ready. You could have calibrated in advance if you really cared.
Yeah. Oh, darn, the recalibration takes just enough time that we're like, I don't know, 12 minutes away from lunch break. We might as well just start now and take an extra long break.
There's more?
12 minutes isn't enough time to get this going.
Unit calibration complete. Initiating combat data collection sequence.
What are they gonna do? Fire me? Who's gonna calibrate the robots for their giant empty room fights? You know how hard it is to tell a robot what to do in a giant empty room?
It's real tough.
Those guys sending the robots out into the crevasses in the slums, they got it easy.
Yeah. Our robots get bored.
Run like a chocobo. Bring it on. Got you now.
That's why they get better stats later. Eventually, like, oh, we're fighting? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now I can pay attention. Yeah. They seem like they get angry, but really they just finally get engaged, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Since at least some of the stuff you fight in, like, Hojo's lab has just actual human brains jammed in them, I wonder how many of the robots actually just have human brains in them. Is there no actual AI? They just call it that, but it's just all human brains in jars?
They call it AI, but they're actually remotely piloted by a bunch of people in a warehouse in lower Sector 2.
You're in for a shock. Gonna knock you down.
Data collection complete.
Credit where credit is due. You exceeded my every expectation. And for being such good sports, you may now leave.
Why did I ever think for a second she'd be nice to us? She knows damn well it's gonna be a pain in the ass getting up there.
We've done the stairs. I know how it goes. It is a pain in the ass.
Gotcha.
I got a fast forward button though, so it's not as bad as it could be for some people.
How you feel about giving me a boost?
I mean, Scarlett's an obvious choice for the DLC just because she's the weapons lady, but also I feel like she was chosen because...
And also the tradition of, like, lady protagonist, lady villain.
Yeah. But also, outside of Heidegger, she's probably the most ham executive in the building. Like, I think they're on equal footing,
What if you
really.
had to fight Reeve, and he's like, come on, I don't wanna, please, come on, no.
Yeah. No.
I'm trying to be good, no.
Madam Director, the intruders are about to reach the research facility.
And we'll let them. Meanwhile, find out what it is they want. You do have eyes, don't you? Then you can see that while they are simpletons, they've made it further than any normal Wutaian ever could. Clearly they are ninjas. Teenage ninjas.
Yep.
And they've come such
I've
a
never
long
checked,
way.
but I
You
really
simply
want to know
must
what that
pull out the
line
carpet.
is in the Japanese
My
dub.
trusty steed
Is it
should
still a
provide
Teenage
fitting
Ninjas
welcome,
joke?
I
It
think.
can't be.
Keep me apprised, would you?
Ma'am, cut system power to the research facility. Bar access to confidential data, then retrace their steps. Find out why they're here.
I like to think that the Shinra guard that has to act as a chair and sniveling little guy for Scarlett is not a specific guy, but just a shift that everyone shares.
Well, yeah, you don't want them wearing their knees out.
Yeah, it's the simp shift.
And that crew has the highest job satisfaction metrics of anyone in Shinra. That's volunteer-based.
That materia I smell?
End of the line, Wu-Tai scum!
Look, if you want the simp shift, you gotta duel it out in our empty robot basement. We need more combat data, and this is how we get it.
Since you're teenage ninjas, is the plan to lure you with pizza?
Run like a chocobo?
I mean, Yuffie constantly talks about how she can smell materia. You just get some type of... I don't know. Will she confuse pizza scent for a really good materia? I don't know how this works.
Her closest ally is a turtle man.
It's true, yeah.
So, there is an angle.
This their idea of mood lighting? Cause it's bad.
Might be the power. That thing's off too.
There's some bits of this DLC in the second half here that really reminds me of some bits of Metal Gear Rising. Mainly just the Teenage Ninjas line and the Shinra guards acting as Ottomans for Scarlett is very, like, Mistral.
Talk about hitting the jackpot. This must be where they make their materia.
Maybe, but they're not what we came for. Let's keep moving, boss.
Totally. After I grab a few souvenirs.
Oh, the tubes for individual materia.
Gotta touch the tube. Touch the tube!
Gotta touch that tube. That is
Stroke
locked.
the tube. Hey, you've got a marker.
Level 1 power grid.
You're a
Online.
waypoint. Let me touch you.
Initiating Mako
That is the
energy
biggest
saturation.
V6 engine I've ever seen.
Yeah. Alright, so this is a brand new materia here. It's the Ninja Cannonball materia.
Alright.
This is a new move. It does not cost any ATB at all. This is a move you can only use if you're synchronized with Sonon, where if you're guarding and you press triangle, instead of throwing out your boomerang, Sonon will teleport to you and throw you.
Yes. Yes.
And the benefit of the Ninja Cannonball move is it's a move that fills Sonon's ATB gauge a whole bunch. And since it costs nothing, you can kind of just like spam it if you want to really fill up Sonon's gauge.
He's so excited because it's like he's getting rid of you, but with plausible deniability. It's very psychological.
I mean, he throws Yuffie away, and then he immediately becomes distraught because she's the closest thing he's got to his dead sister. And so she comes back just like her boomerang. It's all symbolism. Very intentional. Yes, like, a lot of Sonon's, like, combat stuff is very deliberately designed to reflect the fact that he's supposed to be like a big brother. All of the materia he comes with is all very defensive based. A lot of his moves draw aggro away from Yuffie.
Wait, is that a security grate or a ladder? Thanks, Shinra.
He has a concealed carry permit.
Yeah, yep. Underneath his combat vest, he's got a t-shirt that threatens any boyfriends.
Not even a whiff of materia up here.
He has a lot of experience with possums.
A ribbon. So ribbons in Final Fantasy are usually rare accessories that make you completely immune to any and all bad status effects. There's also the added bonus on this ribbon that if you're wearing it, it makes it a lot harder for you to get knocked out of your like casting magic animation.
And this is why Aerith wears ribbons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, a shame that accessories aren't visual things because I just want to put ribbons on everybody. I want to see Barrett wear a ribbon.
I want to see where he'd put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like as a lapel pin, maybe?
Would he tie it to his gun?
Ooh.
And also the Volant armlet here. It only has one materia slot.
Also this dang varmint here.
It's just one materia slot, but whatever is in there gets triple the amount of AP. Not something I really use in first playthrough, but when you're doing the hard mode stuff, really handy.
I'm gonna go to town on these jerks.
Wanna leave some for me?
Hey, bud. You want to do a cool pose? We're kind of in the middle of cool posing here.
Got you now. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
That was good.
Get your butt over
So,
here.
yeah, Ninja Cannonball. You just jump on his staff, he throws you. Fills up his gauge a whole bunch. The Ninja Cannonball move, on top of just like the impacting physical damage, it ends with Yuffie shooting out a little like burst of wind magic to juggle guys.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now you're in for it. I said that. Here goes down. Hope you like pain.
You asked us to kill.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's not, you stole that. That's not your song. You stole that. You stole that song.
Hey,
Gotcha.
that's Barrett's song, and it's his lullaby to put Marlene to sleep for some reason.
Maybe she's closer to the other Avalanche cell than she thinks, you know?
I feel like when Yuffie pops up in the next game and like actually joins the rest of the crew, At some point, she's going to try and ride Red 13 like a horse. If anyone would do that, it's her. Yeah.
As at the first opportunity.
Yeah. So, slapping the steel materia on, because this enemy up ahead that looks kind of Gundam-y.
Mm-hmm.
There's an extra thing you can do against this guy with the steel.
Well, that thing's a fucking
move.
Efreet. That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, new version of the armored troops. This is a magic-based one, so magic just does 0 damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this guy.
Yeah, that's what, the last unknown Efreet model. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do a lot of magic stuff. Their chest there, sometimes they will power up and their chest compartment will open up to like vent their core.
Ooh.
And that's a weak spot that you can hit to pressure them. But instead of like trying to do a bunch of damage to it, you can also just yank it out of their chest with the steel move. And like it's an item, it's like a combat item you can use. So yeah, he's venting his core, gotta yank it out there.
Do your worst.
Good job. He's coreless.
Yeah, and so very easy to stagger him.
Absolutely useless at Pilates.
Here comes.
Nice one.
Of course, it also means we got a new color spot. Magic dude that was inside the suit.
Hey, buddy. You're all right.
I like the green visor. It looks pretty cool.
Green is pretty good.
Yeah, otherwise just a magic version of the same roller skate guy we've seen before. But hey, Sonon has a limit break, and it's really hard to show that off, because he usually doesn't get to do this. Dance of the Dragon.
Won't forget, and we won't forget.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little fancy water dragon shoots out of nowhere.
You never, ever see a limit break from the outside.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah. I mean, you can, because you can actually switch control from one character to another mid-limit break animation, but why would you?
Exactly, right.
Also, they have a way larger version of the robot we fought, the prototype Shinra robot in the post-game from the main game.
Yeah, this is very Pacific Rim, I want to say.
Yeah. The problem with the previous prototype was that it just wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
All the flaws
it seems to be the design note that comes down with every Shinra prototype.
Yeah, it needs to be bigger.
Midgar was originally envisioned as a self-sufficient fishing village.
Scale it up. More! 10,000 times the scale. So yeah, we got the Jin Staff, another weapon for Sonon that apparently has a great evil sealed within it, so...
I do love an evil stick.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if all these weapons are coming with little slips of paper saying what they're all about, but... It's got a nice upgrade here, Incendiary Limit Breaks, where any moves that Sonon uses that, like, draws aggro or whatever will fill up his limit break gauge as well.
So you can see that dragon.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to see the dragon.
Want to see that dragon. We also got Auto Remedy, so whenever Sonon has enough ATB to do so, if he sees somebody with a negative status effect on them, he will automatically cure it with whatever item's appropriate. And the new ability he's got from this weapon is it's just to draw aggro from a specific enemy to force them to attack him instead of Yuffie for a little while.
Because all these Shinra robots, they hate evil spirits.
Yes.
Their prime directive is to destroy all evil spirits.
Yes. A secret directive from Hojo.
Yeah, Hojo might be a freaky little slime creep and absolute evil, but he's also afraid of ghosts. Does not like them.
Energy saturation. Deploying security grid.
I mean, he was freaked out when he saw the whispers fly at him.
Yeah. He's afraid of ghosts.
And what do we have here? A secret materia vault, perhaps?
Got a one-track mind there, kid.
Mm-hmm. She wants marbles.
Okay, I guess she's not wrong, though. Okay.
Yeah, we got a bunch of tubes here. They're all locked. Because it's minigame time.
Employee identity confirmed. Access granted. Occupancy limited to 1 subject. Proceed to gate to begin training exercise.
Let Sonon do it. He's taller.
Just give us what we came for already.
Might still be worth a shot. Could be something in it for us. Just be careful, okay?
Yeah, we need to get at least 20,000 points to get all the materia here. It's every variation of the different ATB materias. This minigame is a new version of the box-breaking minigame that Cloud did.
Yes.
But it's one that's tailored around how Yuffie's moveset works.
Right.
There's different types of crates for different damage types. There's physical and magic crates. A lot of stuff designed around how our different moves work, including throwing and zipping to your boomerang and all that. Yeah, you can still break crates with the opposite damage type, it just takes way longer to do so.
Ooh, sneaky.
Yeah. A lot easier to quickly break the physical crates if you realize that the second hit of her attack, where she just spins her shuriken around, if you just let it go for a while.
Yeah.
It does a lot more.
Get what's coming to you. With the power of his providence.
Also, the final hit of Art of War, she actually throws her shurikens, so it can hit stuff even if you're not quite lined up right. So this minigame is actually kind of fucking hard. Part of it isn't really intentional. Also, yeah, banishment, good for taking out big clumps of boxes. These boxes, if you don't have any ATB and you can't hit them with your stronger abilities, the quickest way to kill them is just to constantly throw your shuriken at them over and over. Part of the issue is sometimes you really want to hit one box and you won't because there's so many different targets, like the soft lock-on just won't go at the right thing. You can kind of manage it better by, like, you know, going to slow-mo and directly targeting the thing you want, but it can still be kind of annoying when you just don't hit quite the right box.
With the power of his providence. Take that.
I think you're doing pretty good, though.
Yeah. So just like with the other box minigame, there's a normal and hard version of this. The normal one, I was able to just record it one take and still get the 20,000 I needed. Not too hard. The hard mode, we'll do it next episode. We'll do it next episode.
Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, there's a whole extra room of crates I didn't even reach. So yeah, we got half the materia in those tubes there. The problem with hard mode...
Access granted. Occupancy limited to 1 subject. Proceed to gate to begin
is that
training exercise.
the crate layout is a little different. They add a lot more extra crates in different places. And also you have to get a score of 50,000 points. I barely reached 20,000 this time.
Yeah. I hope all the good crates are in that other room.
Yeah, they are. You have to be so
and
precise.
And a lot more of the time up crates. That's the important ones to route.
Yep. You have to be so precise with how quickly you dispose of the crates and in what order and what moves you're using. It really asks you to know, like, the minutia of how her different moves work and how her boomerang comes back to her when and where. Like, it's so fucking hard. So I didn't have the time to practice that. We'll do it next time.
Look at all these robots.
Each one a boss fight.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonon.
What?
You remember what Niall said? About helping us? That it was necessary for building a brighter future. What did she mean?
Well, you know how it is between Wu-Tai and Avalanche. We're never gonna see eye to eye, and we're bound to come up against each other someday. But when we do, the fact they worked with us might help both parties put their differences aside and avoid a conflict.
I'm just thinking about international solidarity, the downtrodden and stuff.
Did a little bit of recon. Found out what they want. Free elections, workers' rights, fair distribution of wealth. They don't see the world how we see it.
And when you look at the world, what
Do
is
you
it that you
not
see?
believe in free elections and workers' rights?
Plumes of gun smoke.
Oh, okay, I guess not.
Bleeding. Bloodshed.
Me too. And I'll never forget.
I think it's a bit of a suffering contest here of like, okay, you want, you know, workers' rights and stuff. We got massacred. We want death and murder to our oppressors.
Yeah, but what about after?
Yeah.
What do you think should happen after that? Maybe we can...
I think there's still a common ground here for sure.
Yeah, we just gotta align our frames here.
Look, we have even more in common than, like, socialists and anarchists, who sometimes will be friends but kind of hate each other. Like...
Uh-oh.
Head went empty. Help.
Come on! How could we have gotten so lost?
Easy now. Focus. Ah, I know. Spare the chow bean?
Sure.
How many of those you got?
Yuffie just packs away trail mix whenever she goes somewhere.
You ate it!
You sound surprised.
Man, I'm glad you're here.
Likewise.
It really helps, knowing I'm not alone in all this.
In my bean obsession.
Same here.
Oh.
Look, food is culture. You gotta share in that, especially when you're in a weird place. While we just sit here, crunching away at these these nuts.
Andrew Zimmern went to Wu-Tai and he had to get so much dental work afterward.
Shall we?
And sometimes the beans give you ideas. They're great.
They're thinking beans.
I wanted the beans to be like a buff item like senzu beans or something.
Well, yeah, instead of, you know, a health potions, she just has the beans.
Another one of those necklaces that makes you heal better.
Go ninja go, indeed.
Mad respect for not runners.
So yeah, Sonon's new move with his weapon is Insight. And it draws aggro, it forces an enemy to attack him for a little bit. As long as they're not too strong, like, it doesn't work on bosses. But just about everything else, they will get mad at him.
Everybody's very mad at him.
And you can even tell visually because they just have like a red line of anger drawing from them to Sonon.
This dude says he doesn't care about workers' rights. What the fuck?
What the fuck? We're trying so hard here.
Hope you learned your lesson.
It takes forever to learn the ability on the Steel Reaper just because the experience bonus requirement for it is to have the ability, the banishment charged up to its highest level, which in basic fights you're probably not going to get. There's just not...
Yeah.
Enemies just won't live through it.
They die too fast. Look at that gun.
Yeah.
Jesus, look at that pincher.
Yep.
Holy shit.
More parts for that giant robot from earlier, I believe. Just foreshadowing that giant robot even more.